Saturday, 14th of February, 2026 at 12:34 p.m. here in Amsterdam, North Holland, the Kingdom of the Netherlands. Welcome once again to our Cosmic Journey. It is your Dev and Design podcast featuring two little Valentine's boys that would make duck lips if not for their mother's terrible lip inheritance choices. Inheritance choices. I am your designer, Jake. He is your engineer, Trey. Hello, Trey.
Hello, Jake. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I was trying to do duck lips for the, selfie image.
Why don't you give it a go here? Three? Okay, I'm gonna get on three.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. And give us your duck lips in 3, 2, 1, here we go. But you have to do it to the camera. I mean, I like.
I know, but I wanted to get the view that you always see of somebody doing duck lips for their
like that. Okay. Well, anyways, happy Valentine's Day. I guess this is the day that we make duck lips. That is just what our people do.
Yeah, I mean, we should just lay out initially that the thing that we're going to ask the viewer to do is make duck lips.
Yeah, you know what you need to do at the end of this episode. This episode, by the way, is called Spilling the Essential Digni-Tea, where we will be talking a lot about new updates to charts and all of the changes that I have made to help to facilitate a tablet and a mobile view, which we're going to show today. A little bit flaky, a little bit broken, but you know what? We're kind of in the middle of developing these things. And then we will finish up with a big hug and duck lips. But before we get to all of that, we always start with the check-in question. Mr. Henry, your Valentine's Day question starts right now.
What are you most looking forward to this weekend?
Trey had, you may have seen an edit there where Trey told me there's going to be the stupidest question ever. And usually he says like, yeah, it's not actually that stupid. This one's pretty bad. All right. What am I going to do this weekend?
Yeah, but it's Valentine's Day weekend.
It's Valentine's Day weekend. And yeah. I guess we should do something of import, right? Like that's the thrust of this question. Well,
the thrust of this. Duck lips and thrusting.
Lips and thrusting. That's where we're going. I think what we should do is we should go on a train ride somewhere. And I know that it's too cold to ride bikes, but I think we should ride bikes somewhere. That's what I want to do this weekend. What about you, Mr. Henry? What would you like to do this weekend?
Oh, man.
You're actually seeing a couple's negotiation right now that's going to go terribly awry on camera. Go for it.
Yeah, especially since it's going to snow tomorrow.
Yeah, but it doesn't snow today.
Oh, you want to do it today?
Yeah, let's get it done. Wrap it up.
Yeah. Why are we doing this video?
I don't know.
Get on a bike. It's the new moon this weekend, and as the start of like a new cycle, we've also got almost all of our stuff into our houseboat now. There's just like a couple more bags that we need to get, and I'm excited to sort of like officially have the start of our life here on
the start of the nesting.
The start of the nesting. That's a good way to put it, because we've been here for a couple of nights now.
Yeah, we had some friends drop by who figured out that we live here. They were walking on the opposite side of the canal. They're like, oh, there's Jake. And they stopped in, and the amount of excuses and shame that had to come out of our mouth for how little we have actually
moved in,
nested into this place. So, Mr. Henry, I love that for you. I'm probably going to go on a bike ride somewhere while you nest for us. How great is that? Good check-in, everyone. Good check-in. Let's go now to the demos. Mr. Henry, how about this? Instead of you talking about those things, I'll talk a little bit about what we had done this cycle. I just wanted to bring some zing to the chart. And also, I am trying to get the chart to move from a desktop view solely into something that will fit for mobile. We are not there yet, but we are getting closer. A lot of experiments have been done that will be shown today. And actually, some really exciting things have come out of this that I think make mobile views better than circular chart views. Mr. Henry, how could that be?
Because we've done some really good work.
We've done some really good work.
Yes.
On this. Let's see it. Let's see the really good work, Mr. Henry. There's Cosmic. We go to a chart, and what you're going to see here when you go to a chart is, ta-da, there's now colors on them wheels. Hooray. You might be like, that has nothing to do with mobile, but you know what? We wanted some zing, and actually it just looks really nice.
It looks great. And it looks really good in the other colors too. I'm just going to show because I actually think the light is just like, it's so good.
Yeah. And actually it looks good in the flat colors as well. Yeah, so in the simple darks and the simple lights.
There's simple dark.
Yeah, it's just flattened and it looks great. You don't have to have it. It's just a setting that you can turn on or off.
Yeah.
Just like anything else. It doesn't sit in perspective. It sits in your personal settings.
Yep.
And then one thing that we had done was to create a little bit better of a mobile view. So Mr. Henry is going to put us into a mobile view here.
Here, let me do it this way.
There you go.
There.
Yes. And so now when you look at the list here, so this would be like a tablet view, you can see that the cards go all the way across. And also on the top, this is where I had said that like things are a little bit better now when you do a list of placements as opposed to a just a circle. Yes.
Sorry, can you see the drop down?
No, we can't see the drop down.
Okay.
So Mr. Henry is doing this drop down. He's just going to change to a couple things here. So why don't you explain what you're changing to?
Yeah, so right now it says house placement, which is the default, and you can see that the houses are in order. So the placements are ordered by house. The other options that are in this list are zodiacal longitude, Chaldean order, and then placement name ascending and descending. So if I show zodiacal longitude, then this will
Start at Aries 1.
start at Aries 1 and just kind of circle around. And then the Chaldean order, obviously. And there were some interesting choices we needed to make about what do you do with the lots in the Chaldean order.
After planets, what is Chaldean order? That's a great question. But in Chaldean order, because we have the planets first, you can see there's this weird visualization now on these list cards for the planets. These...
Before we explain what they are, perhaps the viewer should take 1 second. Pause the video.
Dear viewer, pause a second. I want you to think for 5 seconds what you think that visualization is over there. I'll give you 5 seconds. You got 4. You better be pausing. I want you to think about this. 1. You didn't think about it. You're working out right now. Of course you can't pause the video. That is, of course, the essential dignity grid. And as you can see right now here, this
is my chart.
Oh, sorry. I thought this was now.
But it's the same as now.
It is true as now as well. That poor Mercury is in Trey's chart. Not only can you see that Mercury is retrograde, but it is also severely debilitated. And if you tap on that, then you can see the new layout for the essential dignity grid. So you'll see on the right-hand side now we lay it out by the majors up the top, the 4 majors, and then the 3 minors below. And then I got rid of all of the terms and the word Lord from all of this because like we didn't need the word Lord in all of this stuff. So now it just looks a little bit more consistent. And now we can do that mini view into a more maxi view. And I had never seen any astrology software or any really astrologer ever draw essential dignity like this. Maybe it does exist in literature or, something in the past, but like, I just, after years, literally years of thinking about astrology now, I was like, well, why don't we do it like this?
Yeah. And of course, this is now. But so here's our debilitated Mercury currently in Pisces. And if I move through time, then you can watch the, stuff update in real time as well as you are completely used to. And I love this view, honestly, because it's a great way of looking at essential dignity over time. So it's really good for electional, but also it looks like the computer from war games.
Yeah, exactly. The Whopper, W-O-P-R, War Operations Procedural whatever. Yes. Boy, we are showing our age when we know some of the earliest Ali Sheedy and Matthew Broderick films. Yes. Now you might be saying to yourself, Jake, that's great that you can move through time with your keyboard on mobile, but I don't have a keyboard on mobile. You're right. And that's one of the things that is not yet in the product when we are moving to these kind of tablet views and these mobile views. But we have ideas, and we'll get to those ideas soon enough. One other thing that I wanted to show you was a different take on what the mobile view might look like in a tabular form. So I'm going to switch to my mobile screen here. And this usually is something that I show you on the phone, but it's on the desktop. So I have to kind of move my windows here. There we go. But what you can see here, this is in zodiacal order, but you can imagine that we would have sorts up here. This is just not wired in. And what we're showing here is like by zodiacal longitude, here are all the placements. And then here are the houses that they go with. And you can see this view might be reminiscent of something that you've seen in CoStar. It's just probably a little bit more functional than what you saw in CoStar, if you are familiar with that app. But I was really inspired by it. And I really liked the idea of like how you can kind of anchor on a sign and then show all the placements. And then you can also, for these, I'm not using whole sign houses here. So you can see that the houses don't match up cleanly to the signs. It actually looks really good. And I really enjoy it. Now, what I tried to do, which was a complete failure last night, was try to get this moment, to get two moments together. So moment 1 and moment 2 in the same list together. It is a mess. And why is it a mess? Because the houses here are, the way that we do houses on a wheel is we project out from the inner ring, the houses that way. But here you can see that the houses are the literal houses that belong to each of the moments. And when you start combining these things, that whole projection thing that works really good on a wheel falls apart big time in this list. So this is what we're still working on here.
Yeah, I like where this is going to, because as we talked about last night,
get your finger in frame.
You could move the you could actually swap these two columns.
Yeah, this
so
column
that
this
exactly
column.
So that you would have sort of houses on the left and signs on the right if you wanted to have a more house focused chart.
Yeah.
A list view anyway. And we're going to do that on the chart view as well. On the round chart, we will have a house-based view and probably square charts as well, which are traditionally house-based.
I was just seeing if, oh, there it is. I was like, I think keyboard movements must work. And yes, they do. In fact, you can't see the date and time, which is another problem with this view, but
this is a prototype.
This is a prototype. This is not live code and everything.
Yeah.
Because you'll see this prototype falls apart really quickly, and I'll show you what happens if I click on, let's say, this guy. You're like, oh, this is not mobile optimized at all. And how do I go back? Do I hit this thing? Do I hit the right window? Oh, that worked. That never works. Usually it just kind of like craps out altogether. So again,
there's a lot of work to do.
There's a lot of work, but like, we've talked about this before. If I can find the episode, it's up there, but I bet you I can't find the episode where we talked about like one of the things that we like to do is prototype these things, and just like, how do you prototype experiences? You'll see, like, this is what happens. Like, things get broken. Like we prototype things in a kind of breaky state. We just feel them out. Like Trey said, until he can get the list view on a phone and he does an election, he's not really going to know himself really what feels good and what doesn't feel good. Oh, and actually to that end, in a mobile view, we had discovered that when you're on the placement details page and you can only see the placement details, sometimes when you are in aspects, you might want to be like, oh, and I want to inspect the planet. So Mr. Henry, can you show a little bit about like a very easy thing that we do to help someone to navigate that? So we're back on your screen here. So imagine, it doesn't really make sense in a desktop view, but it will work here as well. But you're like looking at Mars and you might be saying to yourself, oh, I wonder what the condition of Saturn is here.
Yeah, there's a separating trine with Saturn here.
And so I click on that and you just go right to Saturn.
And now you go right to Saturn.
Big thanks to Watcher Viewer, all around awesome person, Heather Freeman, for that one. You're great. So thank you.
You're wonderful. Friend of the podcast.
And actually,
been on the podcast. That's episode
50. That's up there. I know that one. The other thing that a member pointed out is that we had a bug in our calendar picker. Do you want to go to the calendar picker? They didn't give me permission to say their name. So big thank you to the member here. But if you went to this calendar picker and then you click the month or the year that you couldn't see, oh, you can't see that anyways on
You can't see it. Yeah, I was just going to say.
Well, just note that like it used to be broken, but now it's great. Yeah. That's a great demo.
Yeah.
We can show.
There's also one more thing that I just remembered, which is that we finally also fixed these
those stupid number things.
Yeah, exactly.
It was my least favorite part of the product.
You could type zeros, you could type, like you can hit backspace, you can type whatever number you want in there, and it doesn't ever put you in a situation where you're like, you can't type.
If you tried to edit these numbers before, you knew that this was a problem. If you never edited these numbers, good on you, because you never saw this. It was awful.
Yeah, just as a note on that for any developers out there, just don't use the browser's number, like input type equals number. It's horrible.
Yeah,
It's
you can
just
use the
badly
browser's
implemented.
you can use the browser's time control, but you can't
Yes.
you can't use its date control.
Correct.
And you can't use its number control.
And you mostly can't use it select.
And you mostly can't use it select, but we do use the select in very select places.
Oh,
That's not even a pun. That's just saying the same word. Mr.
but with a slightly different meaning.
With a slightly different meaning, and I changed my tone just slightly. Mr. Henry, what should the good viewer do on their Valentine's Day?
Thrusting duck lips.
Thrusting duck lips.
You know, make that selfie that everybody makes. Yeah, and then
Yeah.
post it to.
Post it to Tinder. Let's just go for it. Or Hinge. Or Field. I guess that's what all the kids are using today. Field. Anyways,
Can't keep up.
be well. Take care. You those duck lips. And we're going to see you here next week. We're roasting your faces every single week. And this is how we talk when we've got duck lips. Be well. Take care. And goodbye.
Bye.